Okay. Oh, I look kind of like taller sitting up.
Yeah. The technology.
Oh, okay, you're acting like you're pretending, but you know you're really using that.
The technology.
Whatever. You know you're really doing it. I'm not even wearing any reading
These
glasses.
new technologies.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Disco Ball Discourse. This is Emily and
This is Hayden.
And the reason I had him introduce himself is because I'm sure you don't even recognize him because I didn't the other day. He told me he was going to shave, and I'm dumb. I'm a girl. He had, beard and everything going on. I thought that meant he was going to trim it. So then I go into the bathroom and like, hey, dinner's ready, and kind of check on him. And he just like comes out of nowhere and jump scares me with a completely naked face.
Scared.
No, it was. I was like, I didn't understand. So let me reintroduce you to what you think is a new co-host that is actually regular old Hayden.
Well, actually, whenever I shave, I lose 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm actually a younger Hayden.
Yes. So you're, it's like time travel?
I'm trying to be more Gen Zer.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm really glad you brought up that because let me tell you what we're talking about in this session of the podcast. Okay, here's my question. Has society actually lost its mind, or are we officially turning into the grumpy old people who tell people to get off of our lawn? I really messed that one up.
Your dentures were falling out.
Yes. It's really funny. We are going to talk today about social. Oh my gosh, I can talk today. Social quirks in 2026, and we're coming from a place of 30 and up.
Mature.
Yeah, the mature side of things, and then we want to have kind of an open discussion about things that are modern annoyances, maybe inappropriate, or are we just being grumpy old people and we think these kids these days?
Yeah, you let us know. Are we being rude or just old? Our society, are we bending to its will in the wrong way? You let us know. Maybe we are just being grumpy old farts, or maybe these other people are being rude. You let us know in the comments.
Of course, everyone's going to think they're right. There's different generations we're going to discuss and go through because we have our own parents' generation. And of course, they're going to think they're right. Yes. Our generation, we're going to think we're right. We barely qualify for the same generation, by the way. And then, my kids are in the 19 to 25 range. So they're going to have, and then there's younger than that. And I have no comment on that generation because I'm not, I don't know. They're not mine. I can't. I'm not that close.
They don't matter
to that age. No, I'm not that close to that age group. Besides, like I have nephews and things like that, but I don't live with them, so they're just cute and perfect, and they can do no wrong. So, what am I supposed to say about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's get to the people and things that they do that we are affected by. Now, we may not be affected by all of these, but this is kind of like secondhand cringe, as you youngins would possibly say. It's giving the vibe of
I was gonna say I'm full-time cringe too. Probably my kids and my coworkers.
That cheetah print. Pretty strong.
I don't even care. Don't even care. It's the new neutral. No, it's the old neutral. It's fine. But yeah, I give cringe, but I don't care because I'm so used to it. So unless I'm being rude, I do care about being rude. That's why we want to discuss some of these topics. If you're actually being rude, that's a different story. If I just exist as a mother, I'm cringe. That's it. All you have to do is exist.
That's kind of the mother's job, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't be doing it right.
And cringe and all the good stuff.
Yeah, yes. I wake up in the morning and be like, hi, good morning. Are you ready for school? Oh my gosh, that's so cringe.
That's totes cringe, Mom.
Yes.
First thing in the morning, oh my God, I can't even wake up without you being cringe.
I'm immune to it now. It doesn't even bother me. So.
Well, speaking of females, young and old alike, the technology we have today, the text messages that we have. Some can text at breakneck speeds, an entire 3-album cover-to-cover book in no time. While some of us, it takes forever to reply with an okay or to find the correct emoji.
Okay.
Now, the question
Okay, what's the question?
is it cringe or rude or old, the full blown paragraph sent to you via text, sent with way too much detail, way too much? Or is it worse to just thumbs up? Somebody gives you give them the full blown, hey, this is the plan, this is the time, this is everything, here's who's going to be here, and all the good stuff. You give them the full blown huzzah. They give you, gotcha.
Okay, but here's the thing. What you said specifically, let's say you're going on a trip or you're going to lunch and you need to meet you and that person or you and several people. If it's informational so that things go smoothly, I think it's okay to give a lot of details
Okay.
in that way, in my opinion.
Okay.
And even for the person to be like, okay, see you then or whatever, that's also appropriate. That's just kind of making a plan and not wanting things to fall through. But in the more conversational way, I understand as a too much texter, too much can be too much.
This is true.
Yeah.
Too
like-
much information, too much unimportant information. Yeah, whenever you ask somebody a question and they need to give you a backstory about the backstory that they're going to give you the answer to, it's too much.
Yes. And
It's
I
too much.
think it can be people feeling like, well, just wordy people like me, or feeling like they have something to say, or feeling like they're not heard, and all of this. But yeah, you have to know your audience. Like, I'm not going to text my dad 3 pages of something. He doesn't need to know that. And he cares, but he's not going to read all that.
Whenever it comes to text messaging now, I will say in real life, it is funny to see this now. Old people, they want to talk and they'll talk without you listening. And you don't have to listen. They'll talk and there's got to be a certain point that they know that you're not listening. I mean, your glazed eyes, you're looking over, you're like, I got something to do here. And they are just rambling on about nothing.
Now, this is the reason we're saying this is because in the places that we work both, we have opportunities to work with people from the public.
With the elder.
And sometimes it's the elder crowd. And when it is, I am already feeling like I'm in the elder crowd. So if this is the elder crowd, you're going to be listening for a while.
Yeah. Well, and it's not to be mean or rude or anything, but I think they just want somebody to listen. They've been wanting to talk and nobody does for whatever reason. And they get us, one of the people that are just trying to be nice and not be rude and actually are competent and do listen. And then they just abuse that. They abuse our kindness and they're like, you listen to that whole story. Here, I've got 19 other that I'm thinking of. I'm going to think of some more by the time I get finished with 2 of them.
I listened to a story from a customer that bought air conditioner filters for his RTV, not even ATV, not even, it was an RTV, UTV, whatever it was anyway. And his
RTV?
custom cooling system of the fans that he cut through the headrest, I listened to all of it because I was not being rude. So I'm proud of myself.
Now, let's go the other way. Let's
Okay.
go Gen Z. Let's go brand new.
Okay.
Efficient here, high speed with, hey, how are you doing today? Good. What brings you into to the store today?
Oh, okay. Yep. Are we already going there?
We're gonna go
Okay,
from both
look,
sides. We're gonna
okay.
hit both sides of this.
Okay,
Both sides
because
is what we're gonna do.
I agree that when you have either someone who's going to tell you the temperature of their cat or someone who won't give you the most basic of information, especially in a customer service type of way where you're trying to help them, and it's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to help you if you won't tell me anything.
Or
So.
and even just being able to talk like, hey man, what's your name? It's just me and you, man, and I can't hear you. There's no other noise and I can't hear you. Say that again. What is your name? What's your name? Name is Jeff. Like, but I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not here to intimidate you. I need to help you, and I want to respect you and tell you, hey, Jeff, whatever your name is, what can I do for you today? Nice to meet you. I'm such and such. You're such and such. Let's be human beings. But no, you get this. I'm looking for maybe something that you may sell
And
in
it's
the
like,
store.
what, huh? What, huh? Huh? And then we look like the old people, like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
What'd you say?
What? Listen, I'm over 40. You're going to have to talk into this ear.
Yeah. So speak up, say what you need, but don't tell me why, how, when, where, and who, the whole thing of why you came into a store. We work at these stores. We know what's in these stores. This isn't Walmart. Okay. We don't
Yeah.
work at Walmart. We're kind of specific in the reason why our interactions have happened.
So it's funny because you really do get opposite sides of the spectrum where you're going to hear about someone's RTV cooling system, and then I'll be have 2 word interaction with someone very young, but then I get the name of the best perfume I've ever smelled in my whole life
Fair.
because they're willing to talk to you about that. So it's about
Yeah.
interests
Yeah.
sometimes and friendliness and availability. And because we are in the public eye and customer service, we need to be a certain amount of friendly and listening and everything. But some of that too is also just our personality.
True. We're naturally good at our jobs because we are naturally who we are.
We're people,
Yeah.
person, peoples. We're people.
People person. We're people.
Wait, yes.
We're people.
We're not scholars,
Yeah,
obviously.
people persons. So speaking of people, and
Mhm.
how about not people?
Okay.
And also being kind and friendly, and you not being kind and friendly.
Me?
Yes.
When?
No.
When?
Whenever the technology that we have today, text messaging has allowed us to do all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
It has also been a downgrade. With all the technology, you can get spam calls left and right, up and down. There is a new thing in the world of AI answering. It will answer and ask for your name and reason for your call. And it's not very great.
Actually, I would love to hear from people in the comments if this is something that they deal with because I primarily answer the phone for a living. You do that not primarily, but you do that also. But is this something that other people are running into? Because I'll run into it back to back to back during the day because I'm making a lot of phone calls trying to contact people for my job. And it really is. It's like you dial a phone number, and first of all, you have to dial 5,000 numbers now because you have to put in the area code to everything, even if it's local. Hate it. I'm over it. It's fine.
3 extra numbers.
I sorry, or sometimes a one, and then sometimes you put in the one, and you don't need to put in the one, and then they're getting after you putting in the one. I get worked up daily about this. It's not good.
The older generation gets scared and angry at new technology.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say I'm young or Gen Z because I'm not. So I'll take that old person strike right there. But whenever it says, leave your name and we will see if this person is available. What? Like, it's not a voicemail and it's not,
it's an answering thing. It's like an AI secretary.
But at the same time too, the first couple of times I super messed it up though because it's not like an answering machine, which I'm from the era of. There's no beep. It just says, say your name and we'll see if this person's available. And then just nothing. You don't hear anything. And so I didn't know you're supposed to say, I'm Emily from blah, blah, blah. You know, I had no idea. So I just messed up and hung up on him. And I'm not trying to be rude. I just didn't get it. I didn't get it. So then after that, I was like, how about if I just blurt out my name and the business that I work for? And they answered. And I was like, oh, cool. Oh, yeah. They did. They picked up because I called from an important place and they want to answer the phone call. And I was like, okay, I did. Yay. I did it. I got it this time. But I don't like it. It seems like they're brushing you off or it's rude. Like, answer the phone or don't. Like, I just don't understand the, I mean, I'll see, like, who are you? Like, what do you want? Like, I don't know. It just seems really weird to me.
I'm on the other side. I think it's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm not whenever I've called and sit here and, oh, please say your name. I'm Hayden. Oh, it seems like I wasn't able to understand you. Oh. Please say your name. And you say it like 3 or 4 times. Don't get me wrong. It's annoying. It is. I don't like doing it, but I like it. I like it for the other person because I get spam calls all the time.
Okay, and that is the difference because you do, and I understand. Here, look, I'm going to jump in and say this. I do understand it's for people who get a lot of spam calls. Yes. I don't.
Yeah.
I personally don't. I even don't at work a whole lot, or I deal with them different. So I have to be understanding that the people who are using this feature, It's because they're getting a lot of spam calls. So my bad. I will say, if that was me and I was living that life, I would probably feel the same way. So I'm half and half on it, but I don't love having to say my name because just answer the phone. If I'm calling you, it's not coming from me, it's coming from work, and you want us there. You want to answer this
But
call.
they don't know that. This is anybody and
That's
everybody. Doesn't
true.
matter if it's Aunt Jemima calling for the first time in 30 years, or if it's your job calling saying, "Hey, our guy is there at the door and needs you to answer,"
Yeah.
or "Hey, this is the local blood drive calling to see if you want
Okay,
to give."
true. The blood drive do be getting after me a
Yeah.
lot. That's
Wait
true.
until the political stuff comes. Your candidate needs your support, and just out of nowhere, and it's like, I don't know. Go
But
away.
but you know what? Here's another thing that I do, and it's because of my youngest child. I answer a lot of phone calls, if even if I don't recognize the number,
Hmm.
and if it comes out of nowhere, because she is still a I forgot to charge my phone type of person.
Fair.
So from the 8th grade to high school to even in college, I got phone calls from all sorts of different phone numbers, and it was her.
Well, let's go into our next one then.
Okay.
You get lots of random phone calls. Sometimes you answer, sometimes you don't.
Okay.
Voicemails.
Okay.
Some people are apparently agitated or anxious with voicemails,
Anxious.
and even calling without texting. Some people feel that a text before phone call or a text before voicemail is left is appropriate in etiquette for today's times.
Okay, please explain, because I am a super old person and I go by super old people rules. Explain what you
So
mean.
I've seen this before. You call someone, you call, goes to voicemail. You leave a voicemail, yada yada yada. Leave the whole spiel thing, bam bam, and they text back, "Hey man, what's up?"
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yes,
Yes. Yes. I've
yeah,
experienced that, of course. Yeah.
yeah. So that right there, to text back, "Hey, what's up?" or to not send a text before calling, just to call, is that old or rude to not be okay with? Is it rude to just do that, to call?
So I think this is a generational thing, because if you were to ask, and I'm just guessing, like I said, I've got the 19, 22, and 25-year-old kids. I would be interested to hear their, or you or the audience, answer if you're in that age range, because
Yes,
maybe that is weird and rude to just call. But I grew up in the generation where your phone hung on the wall. There was no
with a
caller
cord,
ID with a cord.
and you got beat with it.
I didn't. I was a good kid. I was a good
Grandma and
kid.
Grandpa had some reach. Let's
Okay,
be clear.
that's
But
true.
I was a good kid. I
I
know I was a good kid, but
okay.
I've seen some impressive feats happen with the phone cord.
Well, you know what? We were always pulling the phone card cord as far as we could, because there was only one phone in the house, and my parents didn't want us like taking it to our room or being on the phone without them saying, "Hey, it's time to get off."
Hmm.
So we could only reach it so far. We would close the pocket door to the stairs and be like, "Oh my gosh, hi," like whatever, like band and like stuff. And
Band, yeah,
then
because
yeah,
that's what we do.
I
Band.
I did. I'm a marching band nerd here. And then you would hang up, but you know what? No one knew who was calling at first. So it could have
You
been
got the
anybody
caller
that was
ID
calling.
extra thing that dropped down that
We
went through the
did.
deal.
By the late 90s, the
Mm-hmm.
caller ID existed. It did.
Mm-hmm.
And we did have one. But before that, you just picked up the phone. It rang,
Mm.
hello, rang, hello. Yes, no, no, thank you. They're not here. Don't call me again. I'm at dinner. I don't want to buy your insurance, or whatever it is. And because I grew up in that generation, it's not weird for me to answer the phone and
Well,
not know who's calling
back
me.
then you could say, "Take me off your call list," and they would, because it was an actual list. They just had to
Probably on
pen or
paper.
pencil and just marked it out. Now they're like, "No, we're not going to do that. You're just going to still stay in our system. We're going to auto generate, and it's going to call." Every single time somebody hangs up, it's going to automatically call to the next person. Your number's in our system. It's going to stay there. I want you to die painfully.
Yes.
To the
Ru-
person who has done that, who has made it how it is with the telemarketing today, I want you to suffer.
I guess I agree. I agree. I'm not as much of a victim to that, so I don't have like this heightened sense of like I'm really upset about it. but I do agree.
Well, okay, back in the day, like it has progressed to where it is today. But whenever you could get a real dude, and usually one that sounds like he owns a 7-Eleven, if you know what I mean, somebody who likes the curry,
Okay, okay,
somebody who's
okay.
there for technical support, a little
Listen,
IT job on
you
the side.
already dropped an Aunt Jemima. You better
This
watch
is
it.
true, yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, whenever you could get a real person and you got a real boy come over there, it's so fun to mess with them because once you can get them to break and cuss you out and hang up on you, God, it's so good.
See, I haven't. He does. He's
Oh,
even
I
answered the
love
phone
it.
for me, but then it was the blood drive lady. She's like,
And I had to play
"You're
it
not.
off. Yeah.
You're not. You're being funny."
Yeah. Well, I played it off. I'm a little old lady, and I was gonna just mess with whoever was calling. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm here with the blood drive." And she was like, "No,
Oh,
that's
no, I
legit."
do
And I'm
that.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, no, yeah, I'm still a little old lady. Well, I need to get off here. Gotta go, go to bed. It's 7:30." Oh,
That was so funny because I was like, "No, be cool to the blood drive people."
yeah,
Actually,
yeah, it's not bad.
so yeah. I Here's my thing about voicemails that I don't love. I will personally or professionally leave a voicemail, and like you just said, they don't listen to it at all. They either call you right back or read the message or whatever, and it's like, why did I put in that effort? So a lot of times I don't leave people voicemails, and I don't mean to be rude, and
Hmm,
I feel rude hanging up and then just trying to call again or sending them a message. But voicemails to me are pretty useless because I feel like nobody listens to them.
that's fair.
So
Well, let's go on the complete other side of the spectrum
okay.
and go to the latest and greatest of telephone things, FaceTime.
Oh,
FaceTiming in public.
okay.
Looking at somebody, looking at their phone, looking at somebody, looking at them through their phone in public.
Okay, I'm gonna say it depends on the circumstance.
Okay. Does it? I think it also depends on the volume.
Yes,
I
and
can,
it depends on where you're at.
yes. Well, if you're in a elevator, it
Mm.
really doesn't matter how much the volume is. You're in the voicemail or you're in the call. You can hear them because it's more than likely it's going to be on speakerphone as well. They
Of
probably don't
course.
have their headphones in listening to that, and even if
Yeah.
they aren't, it's weird just to be like, oh, okay. Now, if you got somebody yelling across the room and because they are having a fantastic time in the conversation and it's I don't know why, but being way too loud, I don't care if you're in a room, across the room, down the hall. Shut up.
And I can see. I'm gonna look at it from that angle because you're right. There's times when it's like, dude, we don't care about your birthday party you went to or whatever
Yeah.
you guys are talking about,
Yeah.
especially if it's just conversational.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have an example that happened when last week when Cam and I ran into the Dollar General.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lady at the register and she was the only one in the store, and we were checking out, and she looked at us and she didn't say one word to us while she checked out all of our stuff. However, she was on speakerphone FaceTime with someone. You're thinking this is their job. Oh, that's rude. And I was already like irritated until I could hear. They were talking about their family member that was in the hospital, and they were talking about, are they going to release them or do we need to go and see them and be there? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let that one go.
Well, and there are some times that is serious, and that's actually better than having a phone up to your ear and being like, "Oh yeah, get right here."
Yeah.
Now, I'll do you one up that was actually pretty cool. I saw
Okay.
this in GameStop for the people who cannot hear.
Oh.
Yeah, signing. You can actually see somebody signing whenever you're FaceTiming. And I thought it was really
Oh,
cool
that's
how they
right.
got their attention whenever they were looking away. They would put their hand over the camera and make it flash. It made the whole screen flash because they were tapping it.
Were they talking to each other or were they
Yes,
doing like a translation between like
somebody who was mute was trying to tell the person, "Hey, I want this right here." And he's like, "Hey, this isn't here. You've got to get this version," or something like that. And he was like, blood, man, doing
Okay,
doing
so
the
wait.
stuff.
So they were deaf, right? And they were signing to the person on FaceTime to
Who
say,
was
"Could you
mute? He couldn't talk.
He
Or
couldn't talk or he couldn't
one of
hear.
them couldn't talk, one of them couldn't hear, something like that. They were having a hard they you
Okay.
couldn't just make a noise and somebody could pick up or say it.
So
One of
they
the other.
were like flipping the FaceTime, like saying, okay, please tell the employee this and flipping it to
Yes.
the employee.
Yes. They were like, "Hey, I'm
Oh.
gonna look down at here. He's gonna sit there and sign to me
Oh,
what
cool.
I need to
Okay.
see. Either he can't say it or what, and I'm gonna tell you what's up."
Okay. Now, please, if anybody had a problem with
Yeah.
that, please punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Go let
Now,
some air out of the
what could
tires,
also
something.
be
Come
happen
on.
is
But
he can't hear. He's talking to this person and says, "Hey, this is what I need." They say, "Hey, this is what we need to give you what you need." Looks down, this is what he just said. Okay. Bam. And you've
okay,
got that kind
okay.
of translation going on there. Yeah.
That needs to happen. If
Yes.
anybody
Yes.
really had a problem with that, give me a break.
Hmm.
So I agree. Okay, see, that's why we should talk about it because you can't be like rude.
Yeah.
Next question.
Absolutely.
That's the dumbest.
For the olds.
You know what? I have another thing too. Like, I was talking to you when
You never talk to me.
yeah, sometimes I talk to you. I was talking to you on the phone and I didn't have you. No, I did. No, I don't remember if I had you on speakerphone or not, but I was in that busy restaurant when we were eating with Jeff and Liz, my grandbaby. And I scooted off to the side and I was like standing by a plant. So, was I in public on the phone? Yes. But was I making it everybody's business to hear the whole conversation? No. But I
We
also
weren't
wasn't going to.
FaceTiming.
No, we weren't FaceTiming, but we were on the phone and I didn't step out of the restaurant. It wasn't that serious. But I
Hmm.
didn't try to like get in the middle of people's lunch or anything. And it was a small, kind of noisy place. And so I stepped off to the side. So some people don't like when you take phone calls in public at all. But I just want to talk to you for 2 minutes. It wasn't a
Yeah.
big deal. I didn't
No,
get in the middle of anything. So well,
yeah,
some people think that's rude, is what I'm saying, that I didn't
that's
all the
fair.
way go hide under the car and mind
Hmm.
my own business. But it was just kind of catch up really quick. And then I went back to the table. I didn't sit at the table and scream.
Well, let's see what you think about this. If this is rude or old in today's time,
Okay.
going to the gym,
Okay.
you've got Buff Man or even not Buff Man or Cardio Bunny or whoever is
Mhm.
giving off that main character vibe with their tripod.
With a
That's
whole
3 feet,
tripod.
yes,
Okay.
tripod, camera, 3 feet away from where they are trying to record themselves. What are you doing? First off, we'll multi question here. Do
Okay.
you think it's rude to videotape yourself in a public gym, whether they allow it or not? We're not talking. We're not looking at all the little statistics or the fine tunes. The
Hmm.
simple fact of recording yourself in a public gym. Rude? Not rude? We're
Okay.
just old.
No, that's okay. Right. I'm going to answer on this one because you said it clearly, a public gym. Because if you go to a friend's gym or whatever, that's something totally different.
Hmm.
But a public gym, I think it's too risky because of the people that you could involve in the filming that are just there to work out and they want to go dress like Adam Sandler and just get their workout on and they don't want to be looked at and they risk being in your in the film in
Okay.
some way
I'm
and they
I'm
don't
gonna
want to do
be
that.
I'm gonna be the yin to the yang because I
Okay.
can always do that. I can always see it on both sides of the coin for all the good stuff.
Okay.
You're in public. This is a public thing. This isn't a I don't want to say a gentleman's club or a private club or something like that, but you're in a public gym.
Okay, I get it. Like people are going to look at you, they're going to
Yeah,
see you.
exactly.
Um
Now, not in the
hmm.
bathrooms, for
Right.
but the women can do it in the bathroom because they can always take pictures
Well,
and
they
do it,
do. They be
which they
taking all the
exactly, which
selfies.
that's okay.
Right. If you want to take a gym selfie, I really think that you should be able to do that. It's fine. It's you. It's about progress. You're already there. Maybe you have a pump going on. I think that's completely fine, even if you're in the gym bathroom, whatever. Just don't involve other people. And even on the outside of that, where it is public or whatever, what if you're just the most comfortable with your headphones and you want to do a squat in your sweats? And I don't know, just some people go to the gym obviously to film or look at themselves and socialize with other people and some people go there to get lost and so it feels like a little bit of an invasion of your personal comfortable space to be filmed because then what if they're laughing
Well,
at your dumb shoes or something later.
okay, here's the kicker on some of this.
Uh-huh.
So, and I've seen some people get roasted, and I'm talking backlash in the gym community of people making fun of other people in the gym. Okay, I don't like that because it's public, it's freedom of speech, and now it's that's a double-sided coin that
Sure,
hey, somebody can
sure.
make fun of, hey, somebody can defend, and I get that. But if you're in a public space, you came looking like Adam Sandler in public. You can be seen in public. You're not in your private space. This isn't an exclusive deal that only you and the people that you have selected to be there. This is general public stuff. Everybody paid to be there.
Well,
And here's the kicker
mhm.
about being able to film, but only be able to film yourself. That's almost impossible to do. In all honesty, it's almost impossible to film yourself doing something and it just be you in there. You're going to get a side shot of somebody walking past. You're going to get a side shot of the equipment because they jam pack that stuff in there like sardines.
Yeah, they do.
So it's almost impossible to do that. So, hey, I am an American, freedom of speech, freedom of not religion, of to express myself, freedom of expression and stuff. I want to go videotape myself working out. I've got the guns. I'm drinking the milk protein shakes and all this stuff. And I've got a camera and I'm seeing all these influencers and I want to be an influencer and I'm an American. I can do this.
You can.
So
You can. And we filmed ourselves, or I filmed it. He wasn't like, oh my
now
gosh,
hold
film,
up
bro.
like twice, 2 or 3
Yes, and
times.
no one was in the gym with us,
Correct.
and no one was in the frame because out
Correct.
of respect, I only felt comfortable if I only
Yeah.
included us.
Now we've been going for quite some time, like almost a full blown year of going to the gym, and we've recorded ourselves like 3
Twice.
times, 2 to
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, and
Well,
no one else was in it.
one of them was us actually working out. No, two of them. No, so it would have been about 4 times. 2 of us actually working out. 2 of us post gym. We were
Oh
tired
yeah, like a
and
gym
sweaty.
vlog.
Yes,
Yeah.
a gym vlog. Gym vlog.
And it
Now,
was still just us.
yes, and she was very aware of everybody else, made sure nobody could possibly be in it
I'm not trying to
unless
do
they
that.
really wanted to.
Well,
Now,
also, I don't know if I can fight, so I don't need to figure out if somebody likes that or not.
well, that's the kicker about freedom of speech because there's some YouTube TikTokers and stuff that are called like the First Amendment auditors. They
Okay.
go around quiet and they just have a bunch of cameras on them and they just videotape stuff. I don't know why. People are weird. But they have been told, but there'll be random Karens coming up there, try and smack their hat off, grab their cameras and all that
Okay,
stuff.
but
And
you're
get
right.
and get
Sometimes if
involved.
it's a public
It
space,
is. It's
you're
public.
you are allowed to film there, and they're
Yes.
just exercising their right. And I
Yes.
get it. I think if
Yes.
you're not there to shove a camera in somebody's face or harassment
Yeah.
or whatever, or you're
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'm in this space and I'm not sure if I feel safe. I'm gonna film my surroundings, even to, like a social experiment, then, right, to see what other people will say if they're going to make up these rules or if they're going to go, oh, are you filming? Okay, if you could just not put me in it, that would be great. But
Yeah.
that is your right to do so.
Well, yeah, and there's politely asking, and then there's going up there. You ain't got no right to put me in there. It's against the law. I'm gonna sue you if I see my face on the TikToks. Like, shut up. No, you won't, and no, you can't.
You know
There's
what though?
no. If it's public, it's public, and that's just how it goes.
That is an interesting point though, because have you ever, okay, we went to a comedy show the other night
Mm-hmm.
and we were on the internet because it was the back of our heads. His hair looks fabulous in the back. Trust me, it looks great.
It was very. I had a kind of a hardcore shirt on, and this was a winery,
Yeah.
way out of place.
But it was so you could just see like some of my hair. But yes, in that setting, whoever was running the event took pictures of people there at the comedy show, whatever, and we're in it. So I grabbed the picture off the internet show. I was like, oh, we're famous, no autographs, please, right? And that's funny, but we didn't mind, and we were in a public place. That's kind of a place where you know that might happen.
Yeah.
And I guess that's it. And I guess I don't think that you should just film people in what could be to make fun of them or compromising
Okay.
positions.
Yes. To in the gym, you're filming yourself, just yourself, and you're doing the best that you can not to get anybody else in there. But hey, it happens. Cool. That's perfectly fine. To sit there, take your phone, go right up next to somebody, and point at them, go, "Hey, his form is so bad, guys. Look at it. God, he's only lifting up tens. What a weak little wussy."
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a little more of an attack.
You can, but yes, that is an attack. And a lot of the stuff is kind of through interpretation. And I mean, oh, I'll take you to court. Courts, there's not a lot of black and white stuff, in all
No,
honesty.
that's true.
Yeah, so if you're just sitting there filming, doing nothing that is specific to anybody, they can't say that you're targeting them.
Well, and
Everybody got videotaped.
here's another interesting angle too, because we're talking about influencers, like, ew, I roll influencers. Okay, wait a second. That's how some people are making their money. And some people are really helping other people be like, here, if you want to train like this is the proper way to do a squat or a deadlift or something like that. And we
Yeah.
watch videos like that. So we can't sit here and say that. I guess if you could go to the gym early or late or get off on a corner and do your best to do things like that, that would probably be best.
Let's do the second step of this. Okay. Influencer that you're talking about, and we do watch them. Sitting there on the machine working out, there is a tripod with a camera 3 to 4 feet away from him. You need to get to the other side of the gym, and to get there, do you walk in front of the camera or behind the camera? Being behind the camera makes it an awkward, it's not a clear, easy path. Right in between the camera and the subject person is right in the normal walkway.
I think it depends on how much I'm annoyed. Because what if I don't? What if I'm like, oh, hey, it's so-and-so, and they're doing their thing. I'll just scooch back here. No big deal. I actually respect that. Don't care. That's no big deal. It's not my problem. I literally don't care. Let me go to, what I'm going to do.
I'm going to be the other side of this coin.
I might.
No.
That's what I say. I might be like, boy, I pay my membership here too.
But no, and not to be mean or rude. I'm just not going to be hindered by you filming.
Right.
You can film all you want, and here's that. But I don't have to walk around your camera equipment. I'm going to walk normal. I'm going to have a normal workout. You can do whatever you want. That's America. That's freedom.
Yeah.
Your camera, your video, your influencer, your followers, I don't care, and it's not going to hinder me. As long as it's like that, you can film all you want.
And you can also do your own editing, because we have to do editing too. So edit your own
stuff.
stuff.
You can edit me walking out through it.
Oh, you know what? So this is interesting. I would love to hear people's comments on this, because it seems like there's not really a right or wrong answer when it comes to stuff like this. So I would love to hear, what do you guys think about the tripod, the gym, the influencer, your rights, their rights, other people?
We being old or we being rude?
And I know the answer to a lot of these is probably being old, and I'm going to accept that, but I'm trying to be understanding and see the other side.
This is true. Yeah. So. And if you are going to put in there that it's rude or old, justify it. Yeah. Like we said, don't be
Speak up to the old people, okay? Speak up to us.
Clarify. Now, I wouldn't say write a whole novel. Like we said, you don't have to write.
Are you talking about me?
4-chapter reason.
Are you talking about me? You should hear me telling my dreams that I've had at night.
Or looking at the Chat GPT stuff, the Dreambot.
Okay, let's not get off subject, because I can really go there.
Speaking of technology and how technology is, and I think technology has really done a lot to us to irritate us and change the normal Gen Z to the old people, and what's normal to us. So we're normal, I think, and still and slowly is changing, menus at a restaurant.
Oh yeah, this is a big hot topic.
Yes, you walk into a nice restaurant, looks a little bare, but all right, we'll try it out. You sit down, there's no menus. The server looks at you from a distance, scared to come talk to you, because this is modern.
Don't worry, we're going to touch on all of this, okay?
Yes. QR code. You have to scan a QR code, pull it up on your phone, and that's how you order.
Okay, I'm going to be team old people on this one, and this is going to be why. First of all, usually like nicer restaurants or a place where you need a menu that's not here, order these hot dogs or whatever, they're going to be a little dim. That's already an issue. We're going to need a little bit of our glasses or something because of the dimness and the oldness. And then, the QR code. Okay, please have me or anyone older, like our parents, open their phone and take a picture of something. Come on. Like, and sometimes we be struggling.
We want to sit here and complain about, everybody's just on their phone all the time. Well, you got to they're looking at the menu.
And then you have to do that. Then you do this and then the menu. And then I'm sorry. And I will put myself in this club too. you have to just make the font bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just not as easy. I think it's taking away some of the authentic experience holding something in your hand. But on top of it, I'm sorry, but maybe I can't see or navigate through that very well, and so I'll put myself on team old people for this one. I feel like it's harder than it should be.
I'm gonna back the Gen Zs.
Oh
I've
no.
got to do something. In all
Okay.
honesty, bring me a menu. I swear to God, if you tell me to
Yeah.
scan something,
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Anyways, with menus and how they are, it's very hard to keep them clean.
Okay.
So
Okay.
everybody's dirty, greasy beaters have been on it.
Okay.
And they
Okay.
usually don't clean it. And you're about to eat a hamburger. And don't get me wrong, the hamburger is probably not the cleanest as it is, period. But
Building
hands
up
on hands on hands.
immunities.
Yeah, it's good for tolerances, except for certain tolerances.
Right.
Anyways,
I don't know what you meant at all because I'm changing the temp because I'm freezing in here with the AC.
no, gotta
Go
be
ahead.
perfect.
Yeah, sorry. I'm cold.
Also, whenever it comes to, hey, we've got new items or the prices have changed.
Right, the
How
updating
mad
could be
are
a
people?
lot
Yeah,
easier.
also having to reprint stuff and all that, but to say, hey, this is our lunch menu and this is our dinner menu. You have to get the
Mm.
whole new everything versus just updating it at the exact time.
Okay, and I guess you're hitting most of the general public if you
hmm
were to do it that way because they did do it that way. Post COVID, when things were opening, a lot of things were that way
hmm
for cleanliness reasons and things like that. Okay, but what if, and I know my parents are both in their 70s and they use their phones and pretty well and use them all the time and everything. But what about those people who come in and they're like, I don't even have a phone, or
hmm
I'm not going to use my phone for that. I want a menu and I want this experience. Like, what about those people? And I know it's a smaller group of people, but what about the people who, or like I said, they just need the bigger print or whatever and they
Well,
just want to
I'm
order like
I'm
that?
gonna say this. More than likely, the restaurant that is going to be using the QR codes only
Okay. Currently
currently,
2026, not 2020.
yes.
Okay.
The people who don't have the phones probably won't go in there. I'm just saying the
That's
look of it and the
true.
people that are going in there and all of that, they probably wouldn't go in there
And if
very good.
they do, they're with someone that would help them. I understand.
Yeah, like,
It's
oh, come on, Grandpa, it's good. No, I don't want it. And they're like, I'll help you. We'll do this. It tastes so good. And then they bring out the little ball of something that melts into something else. And he's like, give me some French
I
fries.
know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about. That's funny.
just give me something to eat. I'm still
Yeah.
hungry. Like, I,
I guess,
shit.
wow, I just feel like such the 80-year-old when it comes to this subject.
Mm,
And I want to read it in my big print and I want to say, is this good? And what is this? And I'll point to the number two. I just don't want to do it on my phone. I have done it and I've had the experience. At least I can say I have done it. I do not prefer it. Don't like it.
same here. Same.
Okay.
I tried, but that's all I got is cleanliness and being able to change it up. And it also saves you money. I know
Mhm.
being new and all the stuff, you don't have to print it out and all
Yeah.
that. I don't
Updating.
care.
I get it.
This is a business expense right off in taxes. Clean it. Be clean everywhere. If you can't clean your menus, you
Mhm.
probably ain't cleaning your silverware. You probably ain't cleaning your table or your chairs. So I did what
Yeah.
I could, but no, I'm 100% on the old side, whatever you want to call it. No, bring
Okay.
me a menu. Now,
Go. I can't
let's
wait. I've been holding this one in. I already
this
know.
one. You know what's coming up next?
I
We're
do. I think so
still
because
in
we're
the
still in the restaurant
yeah,
range,
we're in the
right?
restaurants. We're in the
Okay.
restaurants.
I can't
I
wait.
have never had this, and I'm sorry. I got maybe one thing that could justify it, maybe, but I also have a contradiction to that one thing. But
Okay. Okay. We're going to get
drum
into it.
roll. We're talking about pre-tipping.
Oh, no, that wasn't even actually it.
What?
Okay. That wasn't actually
Oh
it.
yeah,
My other restaurant range. Go ahead.
pre-service tipping.
Okay. So can I just jump in on that one?
Just to clarify, in case you don't know, because
Yes.
I didn't know, pre service tipping is tipping before the service. So you are, hey, good morning or afternoon. Hey, how are you guys doing today? Giving them a tip to go ahead. Now, I understand to an extent you are paying for the experience. I'm going to give you $1 tip. I'm going to give you a $10 tip. That's supposed to guarantee a good service if you tip
Clarify, this
them.
is like going up to a counter and ordering a coffee or going up to like a sandwich shop and placing an
Yes,
order. That's what it
yes.
is because you're like pre-tipping. It's you're not having a sit down restaurant.
No,
Yeah.
at a restaurant, at a sit down restaurant.
pre-tipping there, but you haven't paid yet. How would you? Don't you pay at the end?
You should, yes, but no, they'll bring you an iPad to go ahead and pre-tip them
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like
beforehand.
those drive-through coffee places,
Well,
or
that too, that as well, but also at restaurants.
okay,
The yes. Now, see, my thing about that with the tipping at all, because I don't call that pre-tipping. I think that's just tipping for somebody to go do do do. Okay, that'll be nineteen twenty
right. That's
seven.
what I was thinking when you said it that way. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking. Not
no,
actual bring things to your
no,
table
yeah.
service
Hey,
and
let
things
me
like that.
fill up your deal. Let me take your place. How is everything?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Picking
No,
and
you
checking on you and
those people
everything.
are getting a tip.
Yeah, they should be, and
Yeah.
that's the pre-tipping, to tip them early, to tip them before your service.
No, because what if you're not good?
Exactly, but here's
No.
the thing: is to pay them beforehand. And this is where I'm like, I'm gonna go back and forth on this. But what you're doing is you're paying them. Hey, I'm gonna give you $10 tip, $20
So that
tip, a
you're
good
giving me
tip.
good
Give me
service.
a good service. Yes.
So I can only kind of really weigh in on the way that I see it. Like if I go up to like the drive-through coffee places or whatever, and they have the iPad and they're like, okay, here's your total, and if you want to do a tip, or you just ordered a coffee at a counter or something, and they
Yeah.
ask for that. From my extensive research at TikTok University, a lot of those people say it's automated, it's built into the system. They June Bug, who's making your I don't know why that's her name. She's 100 years old apparently. She's making your coffee. She's not asking you. The system is set up that way, so when they typed in your drink order, they flip it around to you to do that. It's going to automatically ask you for that tip. They're not really asking or expecting that. Like I said, TikTok University expert here. That's where I found that
Yeah.
out. So I don't know.
It will. It's not like they have to punch in. Do you want to ask for a tip? No, it's part of their 10-step thing. Okay.
Right.
What's the name on the order? Bam. Okay. What do we have? And bam. Okay. This, that, bam.
And it's just
Here's
going to
that
come up. So it's not really on
cash,
them.
check, or
Because some
card.
people get
Yeah.
really offended by that. Like, you're really going to ask me for a tip. And
Yeah.
that's why these people are saying, I'm not asking you for anything.
Yeah.
This is just part of the way it works. This is my job. I just showed up. We can have a long chat, or you can say nothing to me and tip me or don't. It doesn't really matter. So in that way, I'm like, oh, that's kind of not their fault. And it just depends on how I'm feeling that day, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not going to tip you to press a button, though.
Okay. That's fine. But tell us what
Well,
you think. How do you feel?
I mean, technically speaking, you go to Taco Bell and they have your pick your own thing. Mate, I can pick my own thing. Whenever it comes to that, no, I'm sorry. Yes, I would much rather come and talk to a real person. I really would.
Yeah.
That's competent. Let me be clarified there.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Competent.
That's the topic I'm waiting for.
Well, we're getting there.
Okay,
We're
okay,
getting there.
okay.
But whenever it comes to dealing with people, when you want to, it's nice. Whenever you don't want to, it's also nice to have that option. I would rather talk to a real person who is competent. We are social creatures. But whenever you get so annoyed by the most basic of things from another human being that you just want to jump across a certain counter and physically harm someone, maybe it's nice to have a little touchpad to say, this is exactly what I want. It's nice and simple. I'll do it myself.
Right. Well, especially you, because you're Mr. No lettuce, no tomatoes, no purple cabbage, no this, that, and the other.
Yeah. I don't want no dang dirt food.
Yeah, he wants to undo that all himself, or he risks it being wrong.
Well,
so I
here's
get
the
that.
thing. You walk up there, you got a gal over there, she's getting it, life's good. Hey, I want a hamburger, no veggies. Perfect, gotcha. Bam, da-da-da, life is good. Cool. You go into Taco Bell, and you say, hey, I want a beefy 5-layer burrito, no veggies. And she looks up at you and goes, do you not want onions on it?
Or purple cabbage, both of which we're really confused. We got to Googling one day because we were so confused. Those are veggies, right?
Yeah, no.
I mean, right? We were like, are we the crazy ones?
The definition of a vegetable and the example, onion.
Right. I mean, we were like, it was so dumb. We were confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was irritating. Whenever you get irritated by someone's stupidity, that's whenever it's like, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
But it'll also humble you. You get over there, I can do your job better than you. And you get up there and you're like, I don't know how to do this job. Exactly.
How do
So why
I?
don't you take a seat?
Yeah. How do I take off the cheese but do
Yeah.
double steak? What button is
Yeah.
that? Yeah, for
Where's the
sure.
button for this? Haha. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I thought you
Yeah,
knew
that you
how to
knew
do it better.
everything.
Yeah.
I thought you knew everything,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Extra purple cabbage for you,
Yeah.
bruh.
That's what you clicked, and I'm not going to stop you because you can do it better.
Okay, but at least I'm going to transition into my favorite subject here. At least those
Oh,
people are having a conversation with you. I want to go into specifically the Gen Z restaurant etiquette. I don't mean as the customer, I mean as the worker. And the communication that was there. I know you don't remember this because you were like, I don't, you were not put off in any way, shape, or form. But we went into a Chili's and
oh, the
the
hostess.
hostess at the front, which I've never been officially employed as a hostess, but my daughter has worked at a couple of places, food service, Chili's even specifically. She wasn't working there at the time. And we walked in, and the hostess goes, Two, yes, and just starts walking away with menus and puts them down and then just walked away. Didn't even look at us. She looked at two figures in the doorway. Sorry, I just covered you up. And then just
Six,
kind of
seven.
walked the other way. And I was like, are we not even people to you? Like I know I'm older and I work with other people. I'm like, hi, how are you today? What's going on? Is it still raining outside? Is the weather blah blah blah? I know I do too much. I get that. I can be too much, but I feel like you're being accommodating to people. You're kind of reading the room when you're with other people, and she acted like we were a bother and cattle to go in there. And I was like, wait a minute, what happened to a little bit of eye contact and communication? And I know we're not going to exchange phone numbers and be best friends and swap fashion tips. I understand that. But from A to B, to not look at and say, hi, how are you two doing tonight? Is it just going to be the two of you? Would you like a booth or a table? Here, we can walk this way. Here's your menu. Someone will be here to get your drinks later. And look at my eyes while you do it. You
Don't
didn't even mind that night.
you get? I don't want to say you get glazed over by this stuff, but you kind of come to expect it from some because didn't she have? Wasn't she the one that had like the spiked collar necklace?
Yes, she
Yeah, no,
did.
exactly. No, it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh, you're judging. Okay, now, okay, you go grab a rattlesnake and be like, "Oh my god, it bit me. How? Why would I do that? I was so nice to it. Screw you. You're stupid. This was a rattlesnake. I knew as soon as I saw her face, this wasn't gonna be great customer service. At least she didn't yell or like
No, she wasn't
oh, yeah,
rude,
she
like
wasn't rude.
outright
She just
rude.
didn't care about us as people. And that's what I saw in her face. She
Being
only
a
cared about
hostess at a
herself.
restaurant,
Yeah,
though, then go
yeah.
do the not see people part. I don't
Yeah,
know.
go wash dishes, but she's too good for that. And blah, blah, blah. Trust me, that right there was chaos incarnated
Well,
right there
and
internally.
here's the thing, like I said, because now I feel like I'm an older
Ask me how I
person.
know.
I'm an older person who's raising children of that generation. I expect that of my own children, even the kid who worked at that restaurant or at other places. I was like, no, you're miss customer service no matter what. And I will say this, and I'm not just trying to toot my own mommy horn over here because it's on who they grew up to be and their choices, but my kids treat people who are strangers or someone that they meet, especially older people, very, very well. And if I find out you're not, you're in trouble. But I'm just saying, I'll see that it's like, yes, ma'am. Oh, can I help you with this? When you look at an older person and they can't hear you, speak loud, but don't scream at them. Don't be rude. And I've watched them accommodate people when they had to in a work way and when they don't have to in just a general be good to people type of way. And I'm like, yeah, maybe that's from their old mom that stuff's coming from. But where's the connection? Where's the manners for the 30
The
seconds
respect.
that you're doing? But and you're literally at your job too. Like if
Yeah,
you want to
you're
run
getting
and
paid to be
yeah.
nice to people. Well, and how I talk to, I'm a salesman, and I tell people like, okay, this is weird being seen or talking to a salesman who actually cares, but I see my customers as people, not as price tags.
What?
Man, you would think I
What?
dropped a new Bible verse. People are blown away whenever I tell them that. They're
What?
like, "You actually care more about me, Mr. Jim Bob person, than Jim Bob cattle land and this and that, does this, has this many acres, and how much I can make money,
Y-
you?"
Okay, you know what? I'm going to jump in here with everything that we
What?
just talked about, from my complaint to what you just said. I work for a small business. We live in a small town. The way you treat people and the way your customers see you and view you, and you view them as someone you're going to see for years, you're building a relationship that's going to last. And so maybe that's why I have that kind of view of it, because let's say you're in the metroplex or you're in a big area,
Hmm.
you really are running through people through like
Well,
cattle, and you could treat them that way, I
it also
guess.
depends on your business, because if your business, let's say your business has the opportunity to have 50,000 customers, you just have to go out and get those customers in here. 50,000 people want your product or want your service. Bet you can kind of,
Okay, hi,
okay, you
yes, what do you
drop
need?
some,
Okay,
yeah,
bye.
bam, hey, can
Yeah.
you, bam, bam, life is good. But I still think treating them like people, sure, because it may take a little bit longer, but every step you're a solid ground.
I'm still gonna pour a little sugar on it just because
Yes.
I feel like why
Well,
not? We're all getting through this
I
world in this life.
exactly.
Let's
I
just be
sleep
nice.
good at night whenever I'm like,
Yeah.
I treated people well because they're people. And they're just
Yeah.
people.
Maybe that's the
Crazy.
old people in
Yeah.
us. And
My back hurts saying that.
no, but you know what? Like, okay, remember being a teenager, and
Mhm.
all teenagers in different ways, you're very selfish, you're very self-absorbed,
Yeah.
the world revolves around you. And I get that that's the natural teenager response, but oh my goodness, at some point,
Well,
especially at your job,
it,
you got to step out of that.
my dad at least put his bluff in pretty good that if you were not respectful to older people, somehow, some way, they will beat you. They will. My dad was in another state, but for some reason I felt like if I was rude to somebody
He's gonna
older,
find out.
I'm gonna get beat by said older person or somebody randomly in the vicinity, or him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Somebody. It doesn't matter who. Somebody's gonna beat
Okay,
me.
but listen, I think this is us being old. Respectfully being afraid of
Yeah.
someone like
Yes.
that is a good thing to
Yeah.
me, because it's like, you know what? I don't want to let them down, and they're going to be really upset, and it's probably going to hurt. And I think that's fine. And
Well,
that is me being old. I get it.
yeah, and I slowly grew out of that, and I will say I did not like the person that I turned into, and thankfully it was just a little toe dip in to be like, you know what? Whether I'm afraid or not, I don't like that.
Mm.
I saw myself as who I was before. I saw myself as who I was then, and now I'm like, I don't like that. I'm just gonna be respectful, whether they're younger, same age, or older. I'm gonna give them the respect that they give me, and if I've never met them before, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
You know what? I'm also going to say, to add on to that, my mom is like the older people spokesperson unofficially, in such a good way,
She's
because
the young one of the group.
she is the young one of her group, which is funny. My mom's in her 70s and she's the young one of her group. But I like the perspective. She does this mostly to my kids, and it's kind of like in the your grandma's getting after you kind of way, so it's of course completely approved. But it's like, oh, did you see that old person who did whatever, or they did whatever, or did you see their phone font was the hugest thing you ever saw? And my mom will be like, hey, you don't know what it's like to be an older person.
Mm,
You're going to be there someday. They're doing what they can do with what they know how to do, and you're going to have some respect for them, because guess what? They could probably sew a quilt around you in circles.
now,
So,
there's actually being malicious, and then there's fun poking,
yeah.
because my dad, he was bald. I made fun of him because I knew it's gonna happen to me. I knew it. I knew it was. So I made as much fun as I could. And he said, "Don't. Oh, it's coming for you." And you know what I said? I know.
I know, Dad. I'm trying to
And
hurry,
he
squeeze
was
all this
right.
in.
Yeah. So I got to make it worth it. So I did what I could whenever I could. So we thinking about some of the good old times before I was bald.
You're not all the way bald.
I'm pretty much there. I've made valiant efforts.
You're reversing the clock a little bit
This
on
is true.
that.
With modern technology, we can grow hair now, and
Yes,
it's
trust
pretty
me.
crazy.
I'm very invested in the process too, because you're going to get from me the perspective of looking back there and evaluating the property,
No,
and then being really honest about it. And you know what? It's getting better. It's a lot less shiny back there, I will
this is
say.
true. It's getting a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
Well,
fuzzy, not
well,
bald. Okay, so there you
well,
go.
well, let's clear up this whole episode here and let's kind of go down some of the lists here. So, QR code menus. Both of us can agree don't do that. You can call us rude, you can call us old. We don't care. We think it's stupid. What's your thoughts on that? Whenever it comes to AI phone service answering, we're kind of split on that a little bit.
Yeah, we are. That's okay.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
in a you sleep outside
How
kind of
dare
way.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
it's
none of it's
fine.
like that. But what's your thoughts? AI answering for you. You don't get spam calls, but you get people angry because they have to deal with that. So let's see here. What else did we talk about through? Um,
Um,
gym tripod,
yes.
gym etiquette stuff, tripods, walking behind, walking in front, or recording in public, period.
Hmm.
Should it be worth it? Or should it be allowed?
Right. And what's
Oh,
your thoughts on that? Even
oh.
FaceTime calls.
Yeah, FaceTime calls in public, yes, we've talked about those. And voicemail, text message. Should you text or just leave a voicemail or just text message them?
Pre-tipping.
Pre-tipping, that's strange and weird phenomenon that I hope doesn't
Or
catch.
also weigh in on cow tipping.
Cow tipping,
Whatever. We didn't
which
bring it up, but
always fun if you want to. That could be for the older generation.
yeah,
Yes,
actually.
these new kids want to drive a drone out there and get the cow over.
And let's see, of course, the Gen Z customer service. Please,
Yes.
please,
Uh,
please,
uh,
somebody back me up on this, okay?
I'm gonna leave a comment after I subscribe to the Disco Ball Discourse
Anonymously.
anonymously.
Anonymously. User 34263 67. See my cringe? See? It's so easy. Okay, so those are some of the things that we've talked about, discussed. We went on our little old people rants this way and the other. Thank you so much for joining us. And we want to know, do you think these things that we talked about today are little social quirks that are no big deal? Everything's fine? Are they crimes against humanity, or are we just being really old people? And that's okay. You can call us out as old people because I'm 28, 29, I forget.
1928,
Yeah, that's my
1929.
birth year, actually. So just let us know. We want to hear from you guys, the viewers. We want to hear different ideas you might have for
Yeah,
a subject for a podcast. We just love to hear from you. So interact with us, subscribe, and we will see you next time on the Disco Ball Discourse. Bye.
deuces. Deuces.